Jayaguru Sankhipta Stotra Vandana. Om Brahmanandam Parama Sukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurti Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Bimalam Machalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Jayaguru, welcome to all of you to this Nigam Swadhyay group in summer vacation Bliss program. Without further delay, we have got Mr. Anand Bhai from Pune Saraswat Sangha to recap the last session. I request Anand Bhai, please recap the last session. Over to you, Anand Bhai.
Jayaguru.
Jayaguru,
pranam to all Bhai and Maa. Yesterday, we were discussing about how Nigamananda attained Nirvikalpa. He sat calm in the yogas. He felt he was leaving his body, moving out and rising upward. Then he could see the spot at the Kamakya hills where he was sitting. Going above, he could see Assam state, then the entire India with all its cities, villages, mountains, deserts, trees, etc. Going up, he saw the beautiful planet Earth floating in space. Going beyond the Surya Mandal, the entire cosmos was spread before him. He arrived at a highly illuminated stage and felt that his very existence has covered the entire Jyotirmandal. He reached the stage of absolute truth, that is Nirvikalpa, and realized himself as the Guru. The feeling of being Guru overpowered all other feelings and emotions. As per the scriptures, Nirvikalpa has been described as the realization of one's true form, that is, realizing the Swarup. According to opinions of many yogis and saints, no one returns from the stage of Nirvikalpa. Even if he tries his best, only very few persons return from Nirvikalpa with the desire of God only to carry out God's desires. In Nigamananda's case, God sent him back to earth to his body to carry out the duty of Sarvabhaumya Guru. It is very interesting that in the past life as Brahmananda Giri, he was driven out from that place under the direction of the Mother of the Universe. In this life, the same mother allowed him the Nirvikalpa Samadhi on the same hill. On the way, after returning from Nirvikalpa, Nigamananda met Nityananda Swamiji. Then he went to Jagneshwar Biswas and Saraju Devi, who felt very happy to see Nigamananda and knowing that he has achieved Nirvikalpa. After few days of rest, Nigamananda expressed his desire to leave Assam to inform his Guru Sachidananda about the rare achievement. Jagneshwar Biswas and Saraju Devi requested him to bring Guru Sachidananda with him if possible, and Nigamananda left for Pushkar, promising them that he will try his best. On the way to Pushkar, Nigamananda reached Kashi. At that time, Kashi was reeling under severe drought situation. Nigamananda saw poor being hungry, taking rotten leftover food. He wondered what must being the presiding deity of Kashi, as he had heard that no one goes hungry at Kashi because of her blessings. Nigamananda asked the Pandit about this at Kashi and got the answer that no newcomer or guest remain hungry or unfed. In order to test these words, Nigamananda decided not to accept any food and sat in meditation on the bank of the holy Annapurna in the form of an ugly old lady came and requested him to keep a small bundle safely till she returns. When the old lady didn't return after so many hours of waiting, Nigam opened the bundle and found the Sita Bhog of Vardhaman in the wrapped bundle. Being hungry the whole day, he could not resist the temptation of Sita Bhog and ate the prasad. That very night, Mother Annapurna came in the dreams of Nigamananda and told him that, Nigamananda, you have acquired the knowledge of Brahma, but you are yet to understand the facts about his manifestation and performances. Your knowledge is incomplete as you have no idea of Brahma. After doing Prema Sadhana, your knowledge will be fully complete. Mother Annapurna appeared before Nigamananda and blessed their sight of a divine figure. Then Nigamananda remembered Guru Sachidananda's advice to go to the Himalayas and take the shelter of Gauri Ma for Prema Sadhana. Jayaguru.
Jayaguru. Many thanks, Anand Swarup Bhai, to describe exactly what have been read yesterday. And may Thakurjee bless you. A good round of applause for Anand Swarup Bhai. Very nicely narrated. One thing came to my mind while Anand Swarup Bhai was giving the recap. So each and every day, we are getting the recap in a very innovative way. They are doing it on their own. Precisely, the main points they are making notes. So two things we can do. One, we will do a lifespan of Thakurjee while they are doing the recapping. So each recapping session will be joined together to get an entire life story. So, somebody in a different tone, in different modulation of voice, by different, disciples of Thakurjee. So when it will come as a full length, so whoever will listen, he will listen 5 paragraphs in a different tone, 6 paragraphs in another different tone, and different pronunciation. I think it will be a very interesting one. Suggestion number 1. Suggestion number 2, whatever notes they are preparing, if we can ask them the notes, these notes can also be a short lifespan of Thakurjee. So two things, we will put this as a suggestion in Nigam Swadhyaya group. If whoever is keen, they can share their notes. But tremendous effort to everybody who's doing the recapping. Now Devashish Bhai and Priyambada Ma, requesting you to please flash the results of yesterday.
Jayaguru everyone. So as you can see in the screen, yesterday we received 55 responses. So out of which we got 21 correct answers from 21 Bhai Mas. And in senior group we got Diksha Aradhana Ma from Kendra Sevaks Sangha, Namrata Das Ma from Hyderabad Sangha, Vaishnavi Ma from Pune Sangha. They scored the quickest responses. And from the junior group, we got Riddhi Ma from Karnataka Sangha and Aryan Sahu Bhai from Karnataka Sangha. They also secured good marks in the quickest time. Congratulations to you all.
Congratulations. Thank you all the 55 participants who have appeared in the question answer session.
And interestingly, we are getting one response from one Ma, Maitri Dharama from Delhi. She is 6 years old. So it is good that she is also attending all the sessions. And
is not related to me. I have to find out who Maitri Dhara is.
Okay, I thought you must be knowing.
So let me find out what might be, she might be staying here, but she must be from other Sangha. In our Sangha, I don't think there is any Dhara apart from us. But anyway, so, the world is a small village. Maybe she's from Kashmir because, us are also in Kashmir apart from us.
Yeah, she's just 6-year-old and she's attending all the sessions and giving a test also.
No, good. So, let me check. Anyway, so again, congratulations to all of the performer of the day, be it senior group or be it junior group. Without any further delay, I will request today we have got Jaganmai Das from Hyderabad Saraswat Sangha to read from wherever we left yesterday. So over to you, Jaganmai Das.
Jayaguru to all Bhai and Maa, heritage of India and Swami Nigamananda. Shelters were few and the climate was very hostile. Nigamananda was so excited, no natural barrier could hold him back. Starting from Haridwar, he passed through Rishikesh and through Mussoorie reached Gauri Maa's ashram by walking continuously for days. It was evening time and he, on reaching ashram, requested the disciple guarding the gate for an audience with Gauri Maa. The disciple, knowing Gauri Maa's habit of not meeting anyone, sent him back telling him to come in the morning. Nigamananda could not sleep that night and arrived at the ashram gate early in the morning. On his request, the gate man went to Gauri Maa and informed her about the arrival of Nigamananda, the disciple of Sachidananda Saraswati. To the astonishment of the guard, he was told to bring in Nigamananda immediately. Nigamananda was asked to go inside by the confused guard. Entering into the ashram, Nigamananda found Gauri Maa waiting for him. The warmth and cordiality of the reception surpassed the reception accorded earlier to his Guru Sachidananda Saraswati. Nigamananda had no idea that such warmth, love and affection is possible on a part of a sadhvi who had spent 400 years and more of her life alone in the forest of Himalaya. Gauri Maa, the epitome of divine love, was more than 400 years old by the time Nigamananda met her. She lived alone and without any cloth on her body in a small cottage situated within the cluster of trees and flower plants. She is a Brahmin girl and hails from Kashmir. She was of very beautiful look and seems to be of 20 to 25 years of age. Her disciples lived separately in quarters constructed away from her dwelling place, who were not allowed to meet her unless they were asked for by her. Whenever Gauri Maa meets anybody, which is very rare, she drapes herself in a white cotton sari and comes out of a kunja, dwelling place, to allow an audience. Nigamananda saw her standing draped in a white sari with an aura of divinity. But for now, her face, her smile were radiating divine love. She looked so simple, so young that no one can ever imagine that she was the Prema Siddha Mahamanav whom sages are interested to meet. How can one know from her childlike face and young look that she is an expert in several languages as well as expert in Vedanta and of other scriptures, keeps track of important incidents taking place around the globe. After exchange of small pleasantries, he was asked to take rest in one of the quarters meant for disciples and guests. On order from Gauri Maa, he was well fed and was made comfortable. In the evening, he was asked to enter into the kunja of Gauri Maa, into which very few siddhas might have entered in the past. Nigamananda had gone there in the morning, but he was astonished to find a complete scenario in the evening. Being a yogi himself, he could immediately understand that Gauri Maa is also Yoga Siddha Sadhvi. A beautiful room, equal in grandeur of royal palace, had materialized out of nowhere. Wonderful flowery aroma was coming out from that room. The room was well lighted, and the light of the room was equivalent to full moon night. Gaurima was standing in front of that room, awaiting Nigamananda. Her smile, posture, behavior were totally different than what he expected. Observing Gaurima, Nigamananda became totally confused. Gaurima, holding the hand of Nigamananda, entered into the room. Nigamananda saw that the walls are covered with flowers, as if the flowered-like plants. He wondered whether those are real or the flowers are made of some other material. The answer came as he saw butterflies are engaged in drinking honey from the flowers. Nigamananda on many occasions had visited rooms of landlords and kings, but had never seen such a beautifully decorated room in his life. There was a bed standing majestically in the middle. Gaurima asked Nigamananda to sit on it, and she sat close to him on the bed. Nigamananda had not expected anything like that. He thought, what has happened to her today? The Siddhas rarely get a chance to meet her, and the same Gaurima is behaving as if she's a member of his family. Nigamananda felt out of place, and to break the silence, he said, when I was here with my Gurudev, you had asked him to send me to you if I achieve Nirvikalpa. She said, yes, I remember. Rather, I was waiting for you to arrive, traveling from Kasi. Now tell me, what are your achievements? Nigamananda said, before leaving home, I had the darshan of mother through Tantra. Not being satisfied, I practiced Jnana Yoga. Then in order to realize what I was taught by my Gurudev, I practiced yoga and have achieved Ansapragyat Samadhi or Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Gaurima said in her calm voice, after becoming successful in Tantra, why did you again perform other sadhanas? It was not necessary. You could have asked Mother herself and she could have explained. Even as a boon, you could have asked for personal realization of the truth. Nigamananda could not tell her why he could not ask the mother. By the time he became successful in the Tantra, the sole objective of him was to get back his wife. Now being established in supreme truth, he considered his objective of past as a small personal matter, and he did not want to disclose that in front of Gaurima. He did not provide any reply. Finding him silent, Gaurima said, having God as one's own is having everything. Nothing is left to desire. Nigamananda said, I think whom you say God, he is Brahma with attributes? Gaurima said, yes, where Saguna Brahma ends, from that point Nirguna Tattva of Brahma starts. Nigamananda asked, then is Vedanta wrong? She said, no, Vedanta is never wrong. But if the final conclusion of Vedanta, which is shapeless from less attribute, less existence of Brahma, comes to you in a wonderful human form and allows you his company, would it be better than the dry knowledge of Vedanta? Nigamananda, looking deep into the knowledge of Gaurima, felt proud of her and meekly said, yes, it would be far better. Gaurima continued, whom Jnana says Purusha. Tantra speaks of it as Mahashakti. Does it make any difference? You have acquired much knowledge. Will you not agree if I say God is neither male nor female? The same God can behave as Swami, owner, proprietor, and also as Dasi, eternal consort, who serves the Lord eternally. In both the cases, emotions of the devotee does remain at the same level. Is it not wonderful and superior to live with him who is the source of all knowledge than acquiring knowledge about him? Once you have him as your own, then all knowledge will be at your disposal. Nigamananda had no argument to offer and sat there drinking the nectar flowing out from Gaurima. She, not waiting for his reply, continued and said, whatever living entities you found on this earth are moving towards perfection. The plane where all emotions have assumed wonderful forms is called Bhavaloka. There is no abhava, want or desire. in that plane, and reaching there one becomes completely satisfied. That is Purna Tripti. This plane or Bhavaloka is situated in between Saguna and Nirguna plane. In Bhavaloka, all the emotions such as Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya are being condensed into definite forms. Looking at any one of them will give rise to that particular emotion. Further explaining it, she said, here on this earth, for a tiger cub, its mother is great and beautiful. A human child cannot feel the same looking at the mother tiger and vice versa. But if motherhood is taken out from the tiger, also from the human being is condensed, given a form, then human child and tiger cub both will love it as their mother. Where this becomes possible is Bhavaloka. Have you not loved anyone and had received love from someone in your life? Now think where from that love came. The source of all wonderful emotions is Bhavaloka or Nityaloka, eternal plane. Whatever wonderful emotion you avail in this world is the shadow or reflection of the emotion present in Nityaloka. Yes, its emotion gets distorted and diminished due to the quality of the receiver, the surface reflecting the emotion. Your Gauranga Dev was in reality belonged to that Nityaloka. But in order to establish the values of divine love, he putting a cover on his reality, behaved as a devotee in this world. He showed the world what it really means to be a devotee. Nigamananda was astonished to hear about Sri Gauranga Dev and wondered how could Gaurima, staying far away from any locality, living in secluded place of Himalaya, know so much about Gauranga Dev. Finally, with tears in her eyes, she asked Nigamananda, "Tell me, what do you want from me?" Nigamananda, with folded hands, prayed, "O Mother, please teach me devotion. Please make me complete." Gaurima said, "Is there any amount of love left in your heart, mind? Without even a little amount of love in the heart, it would be impossible to learn about divine love. Tell me, do you really have that?" Nigamananda replied, "No, Mother. What love I had in my life has turned into ashes, consumed by the fire of knowledge and yoga. My mind has become barren like a desert." Gaurima asked urgently, "Have you had no love for anything for anybody in your life?" Nigamananda, looking down, said, "Yes, I loved wife Sudhansubala while she was alive." Gaurima's face lighted up. She started trembling with emotion, tears of extreme emotion flowing down her cheek, and she fell down on earth. Nigamananda raised her and made her sit on the bed. The trembling did not stop, and she seemed younger and divinely beautiful. Suddenly her appearance changed, and she looked exactly like Sudhansubala. Nigamananda could not believe his eyes, and she extended her hand and touched him lightly. A current, a tremendous flow of energy passed through the body of Nigamananda as if he was struck by lightning. He fell unconscious. The entire night, without leaving the room, Nigamananda roamed through the wonderland of Bhavaloka. When he came back from Bhavasamadhi, he found himself sleeping on the bed, and Gaurima was watching him with affection of a mother, written clearly over her face. At Gaurima's ashram, after becoming Prema Siddha, he stayed there for another couple of days. More because he wanted to be sure whether his emotional experience was true or whether he was hallucinating. Gaurima, quoting from the devotional scriptures and holy books of Tantra, convinced him that whatever he felt was not a dream nor conceptions, only it was all very real. That made him completely satisfied. When time to say goodbye arrived, Gaurima directed him to distribute his knowledge and experience of devotional love among the masses. Nigamananda expressed his gratefulness to her. Gaurima said to him, "You have made the spot Vaikuntha, has you been established in supreme truth and me established in divine love have met and exchanged our emotional feelings. I ought to be grateful to you. Nigamananda told her humbly, No, mother, you are really great. Whatever I have achieved here was due to your blessing. You are my guru. Then he, paying his respect to her, departed with a wonderful feeling. Coming back from ashram, he saw goddess Tara standing under a tree. She smiled at him and said, O Nigamananda, now you have become complete. Remember what I have promised you in your previous life? Now you have established yourself in Siva Swarupa. The time has come to keep my promise. Soon you will find me near you and serving you. You have to distribute whatever you have achieved through sadhana among the masses. I bless you to be successful in your mission. Nigamananda forgot his achievements of Tantra, Jnana, Nirvikalpa, started traveling to Assam, laughing and crying like a child. People thought him to be mad, but he did not care. For the Viswas couple, it was another experience. They loved Nigamananda like their own child. Nigamananda performed Bhava Sadhana for 3 months in their house. Within this period, he reached highest level of devotion. He behaved like a child and even more like a mad person. He could not know when he relieved himself. Saraju Devi, without slightest hesitation, cleaned his stool and urine which he passed anywhere and without knowing. She fed him because, like a child, he never asked for food. He remained absent-minded and forgetful. Looking at a flower, he would cry without emotion, thinking how God has made it so beautiful. If someone, even a lady, visits Jagneshwar's house, he would start crying, embracing her. When he returns to normalcy, hearing what he had done in his Bhavananda, he would become ashamed of his behavior. The Viswas couple consoled him, saying that to be embraced by him while he was in the state is a clear sign of being fortunate for others. But Nigamananda, knowing that this type of behavior is not expected from a sannyasi, could not excuse himself. He knew from devotional scriptures that this state of him is called Unmat Sri Chaitanya. The epitome of divine love had gone through same phase in which Nigamananda was passing through. In Unmad, Sri Chaitanya would run here and there, jump into the sea thinking it was Yamuna river, spend entire night crying, uttering, "My dearest has left me." Even knowing this, he still could not excuse himself for his out-of-place behavior. He wanted to go to Puskar to consult his guru in order to find a way out of that situation. He took leave of Viswas couple and reached Kolkata. At Kolkata, he went to Nakaleshwar temple and was astonished to find his yogi guru Sumeru Dasji sitting in the courtyard was engaged in smoking ganja. He paid his respect and looking at him, Sumeru Dasji asked, "What happened to you? You look different?" Nigamananda narrated before him what had taken place in his life after he had left him and sought his advice for future course of action. Sumeru Dasji told him to accompany him to Garrow Hill, saying that it is a good place and he had few followers there. Nigamananda can spend his time there till he achieves Bhava Samay, balance of emotions. They spent the night together in the temple premises and left for Garrow Hill in the morning. Getting them in their village, the ethnic Hajong mountain people were very glad and directed by Sumeru Dasji, they built a hut for Nigamananda. The hut was made with mud and the roof was made of leaves. Sumeru Dasji left him promising that he will be visiting him at intervals. Nigamananda, from his childhood, detested begging and he felt himself a burden on the villagers. So he very much wanted to do some work for them. He started a school for the children and started teaching their children as a teacher. The villagers called him master, teacher, and some of them also called him Pagla Thakur, mad god. Knowing their simple nature, Nigamananda did not mind. The hut made of clay leaves cradled by the mother nature high in the mountain became witness to the wonderful divine act ever enacted on earth. As promised by mother, she revealed herself in the most wonderful divine form. This time, unlike Tantra, she was there physically and lived with Nigamananda with the emotional relationship of an eternal consort. Nigamananda floated in the flood of divine love and became partner in the most perfect play of Mother of Universe. The difference between Tantra and now is that Nigamananda was no more under her rule. Both of them were firmly entrenched on the same platform of mutual understanding. The exchange of feeling or fulfilling each other's desire was conducted on equal basis. Vaishnav Shastra defines it as Parakya Priti, the highest type of emotional relationship which can be compared to Sri Radharani's divine relationship with Sri Krishna Chandra. But frankly speaking, the wonderful interaction or Leela between Nigamananda and Mother has no parallel in the history of religion. It is said that sage Vasishta had tried to achieve it with Sri Vijayanantra but could not become successful. As the fact stands, Nigamananda had become successful in Tantra at Tarapitha. Interestingly, Nigamananda started his spiritual life and became successful in Tantra sadhana at Tarapit. The place or pitha was established by sage Vasishtha. He becoming successful in Prema sadhana at Garo Hill was fulfilling of the unfulfilled desire of great sage Vasishtha, which has become a historical paradox. Sometimes, mother stays with him for days together, and during the period, Nigamananda does not come out of the hut for that many days, thus evoking opinion of the locals that a spirit has taken over the master. Days passed off like never before because of the presence of mother in that hut. Other than those days, Nigamananda discharged his duties as a teacher. The school was inspected by government authorities and was declared as a recognized school, and a paltry amount was sanctioned to maintain it. The Hajam tribal people started calling him Panditji. How could they know that Panditji is a very famous saint who is taking part in the unique divine performance enacted in the hut next door to their dwellings? But with simplicity and dedication, they served him, showering their love on him. Once, Nigamananda told the villagers, including Madan and Sitaram, that they don't have to carry axe and bows when they go deep into forest. Instead, they can simply utter the word Joy Guru, victory to Guru, then no tiger or any predator will ever harm him. They were simple people, but as dwellers of forest, they did not know the power of tiger and bear. In order to test the Joy Guru mantra, they went deep into forest and on the way encountered a full-grown tiger. They were vulnerable without any weapon, but started uttering Joy Guru. To their astonishment, the tiger fled away. They came back and narrated the story before Nigamananda. He smiled and said, "Why did you want to test the mantra? If you could have full faith in what I said about the mantra, then you could have dragged the tiger holding its tail." After that episode, they grew full faith on their Panditji. In the meanwhile, inside that small hut, the divine...
I think we lost Kunal.
Jayaguru, I think Kunal network is not connecting properly. So we'll stop reading now. So we'll start the question session now. Now, thank you, Jagan Bhai, for your good reading. So, Ganesh, should we start the question session?
Yeah, let's start. Otherwise, it will be just a blank.
Yeah.
So if you can, do you have access to the questions?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start. And if he joins, you'll take over.
The first question is asked by Mitali Blocks. So, what is the meaning of Bhavaloka?
Bhavaloka, actually, it is described pretty well in the writing there. Bhavaloka is a place which is neither in this realm of the universe, which is Saguna, nor is in complete Nirguna. It is in between Saguna and Nirguna, where everybody, all the entities that exist in this place, I said entity for a specific reason, are embodiment of a bhava. So the example given here is, if you take the motherhood as a bhava from a tiger, and take the same motherhood as a bhava from a human, and make that bhava take a shape, then when a tiger sees that shape, and the mother sees that shape, the human sees that shape, or a monkey sees that shape, everybody's that particular mother emotion is given a image, then everybody will think that's their mother. So the entities in Bhavaloka are like that. They are, you take a bhava and make a image out of it, and that's who they are. So all of them are completely established in Nirguna Tattva. They know they are Brahma, there is nothing other than Brahma, but they have a strong desire to serve, and they all serve that one person. Param Purusa is called sometimes, and you can say Thakura, and everybody else is Sevakas or Sevikas. They're all Sevikas, really. So I'm answering questions which is not there, so I'm hoping there are other questions which will get answered by this answer. Thakura in Premika Guru has written how we can practice to get there. It's a particular word called Prema Sevataragati, and at the epitome of that, you merge with one of those bhavas. I'll stop here and just wait for other questions come.
No, actually, same related thing, same questions came. What is the Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma? Then we can, if you start, what is Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma? Then what is the difference between Bhavaloka and Nitya?
Hey, sorry to interrupt. So, Jana, before explaining that, so we have two terms, Bhavaloka and Bhavaloka, right? So in English, the writing is same. If you can just differentiate for them what is Bhavaloka and Bhavaloka, maybe they can.
Yeah. So there is a magic in our language which is extremely difficult, if not impossible, to portray in English. Bhavaloka is the dwelling that we exist today. It is this universe, and we are part of this universe, and there are all kinds of emotions, sorrows and happiness, and then sorrows comes right after the happiness, and the cycle goes on. So that is Bhavaloka. And when you just add an akar of Bhavaloka, then we are talking about this unique place that Thakura called Nityaloka also, Nityaloka, the eternal abode. Once you are there, you stay there forever. There is no chance of you coming back and taking another birth.
Same. So that Bhavani Patra Bhai asking, what is his Bhavaloka and Nityaloka both are same?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Simple answer, yes.
Yes, simple. Both are same. So it is the middle point of Saguna and Nirguna Brahma.
Yes.
Right. So Namrata is asking, so what is Saguna Brahma and what is Nirguna Brahma?
Yeah, Saguna Brahma, so first let's define what Nirguna Brahma, and then Saguna Brahma will be a little bit easier after that. Nirguna Brahma is what we also call Brahma, who has, and it's defined in that write-up also, who has no attribute, no gunas, no shape, no form, but it pervades all the world. Then when that Nirguna wanted to be many, we have been talking about that in many of these sessions. So he used his most powerful power that he has called Maya, and then he attached Maya to himself and became Saguna Brahma, and then he could express that way. It's only a portion of him that he expressed that became this whole universe, or the core of that universe is Saguna Brahma. So Saguna Brahma has attributes. Saguna Brahma is all powerful. Saguna Brahma does everything that we see, feel, and test, or whatever you call it, in this universe. Everything that we see and we can think of, we can feel it, they're all Saguna Brahma.
Okay, Kunai, please continue. Because you lost the network, we just...
Jayaguru, Jayaguru. Sorry, I rejoined because of some network issue. So,
we
where
are
was
in third questions.
Acha, nahi, before Saguna Brahma, Nirguna Brahma, I think you skip those bhavas and all these things, or what?
What do you mean by?
So Punyabrat Upadhyay Bhai is asking, why are Dasya Bhava, Sakhya Bhava, Vaschalya Bhava and Madhurya Bhava different from each other? Sorry, he is Bhagyadip Upadhyay from Baripada Saka Sangha.
Why are they different?
Yes.
Because they are different. They are different emotions. Like we said in Nityaloka or Bhavaloka, the bhavas or the feelings take shape. So these are very distinct form of bhavas, and they have those shapes. So basically, in a way, you can take all bhavas and then separate into 5 buckets. Then there becomes 5 of those bhavas. There is a excellent message I see from Priyamadama that all the feelings or the bhavas we see, feel here are merely a reflection of those bhava that exist in Nityaloka. Why are they separate? It's just separated based on what each of those bhavas are, and they're very different. So for us to understand, those bhavas are separated out into 5 buckets. Even Madhura Bhava itself divides into at least 2 buckets. Actually, then you take those 2 and separate them out into another 2 or 3. We should not go into all those details. If any of you, including Bhais and Maas who attend, the adults, please follow Premika Guru Thakur has explained them very, very vividly.
Thank you, Gyana Bhai. By some Bhai and Ma requesting to also converse in Odia in between. So I will try my best. Ravi Bhai, also you can support me wherever you want to plunge in. So Bhagyadip Bhai, just to explain, जेमिति आपणक बापांक भाव आपणक प्रति एवं आपणक भाव आपणक बापांक प्रति अलगा केबे एका ही परिबोनी. आपणक भाव आपणक छोट भाई प्रति अलगा, आपणक बड़ भाई प्रति अलगा, आपणक छोट भौणी प्रति अलगा, आपणक बड़ भौणी प्रति अलगा. सो दिज भाव जोटा कथा होची जे वात्सल्य, शांत, दास्य, वात्सल्य, सख्य, माधुर्य, ए जो 5टा भाव कथा होची, से भाव गुडा डिफरेंट माने कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स. आउ जेमिति कहिले प्रियंवदा मा चैटिंग रे कहउचन बोली ज्ञान भाई कहिचंती. सो ए सबु भाव गुडा नित्य लोक रे अवस्थित. तेनु भाव डिपेंडिंग ऑन द सर्कमस्टेंसेस इट विल डिफरेंट. आउ आधरे बोध होय आपण बुझी पारिले. सो ज्ञान भाई डॉक्टर प्रेमानंद मिश्रा फ्रॉम देहरादून ही इज आस्किंग, जय गुरु, will it be proper to express bhava or bhavaloka as emotions of the mundane world, or this is just an expression for shaping our imagination about that feeling?
Kunabhai, really a great question. Kunabhai, do I have your permission to sometimes speak in Odia also?
Yes,
Okay.
Odia, English, Hindi, American English.
don't ask me Hindi. I'm pretty bad at it. Odia and English I can deal.
So Odia is in demand. So let us start Odia and English both.
Okay. So आमे जो कथा कहूचे, if I understand correctly, जहाँ question टा आसिला जे एथिकार जो अनित्य भाव सेटा पाई कि आमे नित्य लोकरे सेई भलिया भाव इमेजिन करिचे कि मु ए भलिया भाबिली क्वेश्चन टा बोली नाही ये अनित्य भावटा अविद्या आड हला पर हेची तार ओरिजिन टा टिके डिस्कशन करबा ठाकुर एटा कहिचंती विभिन्न बहिरे आपण पढिथिबे जे ठाकुर जेतोले ब्रह्म एका थिले तांकर इच्छा हला बहु हबाकू से बहु हेले केमिति बहु हेले ना निजुकू निजे माया रे आवृत कले से जानिचंती निजे जेमति आमे उताटे घोड़ी पड़ते सेमति घोड़ी पड़ले मायाटा सेमति गोटे आवरण आ से भी जानिचंती आवरण से हेले सगुण ब्रह्म बा मा जगन माया महामाया जोग माया जहाँ भी कौन सब जगह मिसई देले गोटे हेले मा यूनिवर्सल मदर ताकू हम इंग्लिश रे कहूचे सी हेई गले तापरे बाकी सृष्टि तयारी होबो से हेई गला पूर्वरु ऑलरेडी ब्रह्म को मुंडे रे आसिला जे जदी ये हेई जिवे आ जो विभिन्न एंटिटी सब क्रिएट करिवे से माने सब अविद्या रे मोह होई जिवे आ जानि परिबेन जे से माने निजे ब्रह्म छाड़ी की पळैचंती सेति पाए से कोन कले जगत गुरु नामक गोटे बिंदु सेठी क्रिएट करके रखिले जहा द्वारा कि से जगत गुरु सद्गुरु भाबरे मत लोक को आसिकरी जीव मान को उद्धार करिवे सेटा गोटे साइड तार आ गोटे साइड हला मा सेतबेले देखिले से तबेले सबु जिंस क्रिएट करिवे से भी एका हे जाउचंती तांकर द्वितीय केही नाहंती लीला करिबाकू केना तांकर जे क्रिएशन से तांक संगे केमति लीला करिवे कहा संगे से लीला करिवे केवल से ब्रह्म को संगे तेणु सी कौन कले तपस्या करी ब्रह्म को टिके निर्गुण अवस्था टिके तलू टाणी आनले सी मा सगुण अवस्था टिके निर्गुण आड़ को टाणी गले से दीटाकर संधि स्थल रे आमर नित्य लोकटी क्रिएट हला से नित्य लोक रे कौन हला ना एठी से सिना विभिन्न जीव जंतु पशु मानव इत्यादि क्रिएट कले सेठी आ पशु पक्षी मानव क्रिएट करना एटा ठाकुर डायरेक्टली आंसर करचंती चिदानंद महाराजंगर क्वेश्चन रे से कहउचन से ओखाने की बिडाल कुकुर आछे सो आई वांट टू लिटिल बेंगली भाई से तणु कहउचंती जे सेठी कोन एठी जेमति हमें कैट्स एंड डॉग्स देखुचे से कैट्स एंड डॉग्स सब सेठी बुलुचंती की ठाकुर के नाही सेमिति नुह सेठी से एग्जांपल ता देचंती जे बाघर भितरु जदी हमें मातृभावटा टाणी आनिबा मनुष्य भितरु मातृभाव टाणी आनिबा गोटे बिराडी भितरु मातृभाव टाणी आनिबा से जो मातृभाव से सेठी मूर्तिमंत होईची that is image that people can see and feel तेणु सेगुड़ा को हेई गला परे तारी रेप्लिका रे हमर यूनिवर्स सारा विभिन्न भाव क्रिएट हेची किंतु डिफरेंस होची से भाव रे अभाव नाही ए भाव रे अभाव अछि कहिना आधरे अविद्या आडे गला परे से अभाव गुडा सब क्रिएट हे जाउची तेणु हमर एठी जो भाव ताधरे दुख भी अछि सुख भी अछि आमे हम पिलाटी को भल पाउचे किंतु आम बापा मां हमको भल पाइथिले आमे एतोले बदमाशी होउतिले बापा उडे चापड़ा टी पकोउथिले ना नाही पकोउथिले तेणु सेतोले तांकर भावटा कोन थिला सेतोले कोन भारी खुशी एक चापड़ाटी पकोउथिले बड़ दुख करी पकोउथिले से दुख अछि सुख अछि सब हम भितर मिसी के अछि सेठी गले केवल सुख दुख ही नाही आनंद बोली सेटा कोन सुख बोली कोनतिनी एना सुख कहले फेरे दुख आसीबो तेणु सुख दुख न कहि सेठी कह जाय सेटा आनंद इंग्लिश रे सेटा ब्लिस
थैंक यू भाई आई थिंक टूना भाई यू अंडरस्टूड whatever you asked if not then you may ask again. So Gyana Bhai explained it thoroughly with references of Thakurjee. Now Gyana Bhai Bhagyadeep Upadhyay from Baripada is again asking what is Vaikuntha?
Vaikuntha is basically when we talked about different lokas, Puna Bhai has even elaborated on that. Satyaloka. Satyaloka is the highest place of Saguna Brahma. So Vaikuntha is another name of Satyaloka. Satyaloka is a generic name जेमति आमे कहूचे सगुण ब्रह्म सेमति सत्यलोक जदि आमे कहिबा सगुण ब्रह्म हेले जे ई यूनिवर्स क्रिएट करचंती माया सहित युक्त होई के अछंती तेणु आमे जदि से सगुण ब्रह्म को रिप्रेजेंट करिबा विष्णु तेणु तांकर लोकटा हला वैकुंठ आमे जे सगुण ब्रह्म को रिप्रेजेंट करिबा शिव तांकर लोकटा हला कैलाश कैलाश आ वैकुंठ ता भितर बेसी किछि माने तत्वगत डिफरेंस नाही तथ्यर डिफरेन्स अछि काहे ना हमें वैकुंठ कहूचे ये कहूचे सेठी ठाकुर प्रेमिक गुरु डिफाइन करचंती चारि प्रकार मुक्ति से रूप सालोक्य सारूप्य साजुज्य साष्टी एंती करी चारि प्रकार मुक्ति ठाकुर डिफाइन करचंती से सबु जाक मुक्ति होची सगुण मुक्ति से सब वैकुंठ रे हुए आपण तार जदी इक्विवेलेंट देखिबे शिवलोक सेटा हमें कहि परिबा कैलाश बोली जदी तार हमें इक्विवेलेंट देखिबा मांकर लोक जोटा कि तंत्र हाईएस्ट ये पहुंचबे सेटा कहंती चिंतामणिपुर से चिंतामणिपुर भी सही सगुण इक्विवेलेंट ऑफ सत्यलोक
थैंक यू ज्ञान भाई भाग्यदीप भाई मु सुनिची वैकुंठ हला जोठी कुंठा नाही कोनोसी अवसाद नाही कोनोसी दुख नाही से जगहटा होची वैकुंठ जहा ज्ञान भाई कहले सेही विष्णुकर जगह जदि भाग्यदीप भाई तमे फोटो देखिथिबो कि क्षीर सागर उपरे सापर सज्जा उपरे विष्णु आराम से सोईचंती लक्ष्मी तांकर पाद सेवा करूचंती तांको मनरे चिंता नाही ग्लानी नाही लक्ष्मी सेवा निरता तांको मनरे भी कोनोसी प्रकार दुख नाही अवसाद नाही से गोटे प्रकार से माने बड़ आनंद रे अछंती तो सेटा होची वैकुंठ एवं आमर जो ठाकुर कहिचंती कि आदर्श गृहस्थ हुओ से आदर्श गृहस्थ एई भलिया वैकुंठ आम घरटाकू करिवा पई ठाकुर चाहंती कि एठी स्वामी स्त्री पिला छुआ समस्ते एकाठी रहिबे काहारी मनरे कोनोसी द्वंद्व नथिबो दुख नथिबो अवसाद नथिबो समस्ते सुखरे आनंदरे कालातिपात करिवे एवं सेई घरटा वैकुंठ हेई जिवो जोटा को कहउछनी घर घर में ठाकुर बाड़ी सेई जिनसटा आम पई एई भलिया एप्लीकेबल तेणु थैंक यू ज्ञान भाई फॉर एक्सप्लेनिंग द रियल सेंस ऑफ वैकुंठ मुटिके प्रैक्टिकल एस्पेक्ट कहि देली तापरे हमें आसीबा तुषार महांती भाई इज आस्किंग वशिष्ठ हैज गिवन अभिशाप टू मा as he was not succeed so it is not a question I think he is mentioning this maybe from the book from the reading then Premanand Mishra bhai is asking some more information incorporated in this life's history than that of Narayan Devi's as we are acquainted with yes bhai Tuna bhai Santosh bhai has given more information compared to all other books though there are plus and minus so let us take the positive part whatever is new thing here we are marking it out okay Gyana bhai Tushar bhai is asking if you may answer or anyone can answer what is the current name of Garo Hill School which Thakurjee established and was teaching to the
I know that school exists because some of our bhais and ma's have gone there and stayed there, but I do not know the name. Somebody else may know.
So many of our ma and bhai are traveling. I never traveled. So if anyone knows the name, please mention. If anybody knows in the YouTube channel, please write so that we all will know and Tushar bhai will also know. We'll go to next question by that time. Namrata Das Ma is asking what is the meaning of Nirguna and Saguna Brahma. I think you have already described what is the meaning of Saguna Brahma same Nirguna and Saguna same okay Ramesh Lenka bhai is asking as we know Madhurya Bhava is the best one still if someone will stick to one Bhava throughout the life strongly isn't that enough to get Thakurjee like Ma Yashoda in Vatshalya Bhava Jana bhai please
answer is yes
Jana bhai tike odia re kohantu je Gitanjali Nanda Ma कहउचंदी ओडिया रे आलोचना हेबा द्वारा बेसी भावपूर्ण लागुची
अच्छा ठीक अछि नहीं I actually agree with Ma काहेकि ना आम एमती सिंपल सेंटेंस गुड़ा इंग्लिश कहीदबा किंतु ओडिया रे तत्वटा को ओडिया रे कहबा काहेकि ना ताकू आमे तोले मु भी जतोले कहूची नेचुरली इंग्लिश ता बाहरुनी भाई सो हमकू ओडिया रे चिंता करी ताकू ट्रांसलेट करे पड़ची ट्रांसलेट कला बेल को बेले बेले फ्लोटा रहउनी बेले बेले तार एक्चुअल वर्ड गुड़ा की भी ठीक रे फिट होनी सो मां का कथा रे मु 100% एग्री करची ठीक अछि भाई भूली गली क्वेश्चन आउ थरे कहले
Bhai, Gyana Bhai, but there is another point. Sorry, because this session is for young aspirants who are, getting to know Odia everywhere. So we are trying to do it in English, but yes, we will do it English plus Odia put together. So question I am reading again. Ramesh Lenka Bhai is asking, as we know Madhurya Bhava is the best one. Still, if someone will stick in one Bhava throughout the life strongly, isn't that enough to get Thakurjee's like Ma Yashoda in Vatshalya Bhava?
Yes, answer is yes, and also answer is I don't want to say no. So some of these bhavas are actually felt in progression. Like if you say Dasya Bhava and then you go to Sakhya Bhava, which is the next Bhava, Dasya Bhava is also included in Sakhya Bhava. Then you go to Vatshalya Bhava, Dasya and Sakhya Bhava is included. And then you go to, if you keep going that way to Madhura Bhava, and actually in the book says Madhurya Bhava boli konosi jagare nahi, at least Premiko Guru nahi. Premiko Guru will say Madhura Bhava re fere sei Vatshalya Bhava au Dasya Bhava au Sakhya Bhava ସବୁ ଜାଗା ଭାବ ମିଶିକିରି ଅଛି। ସୋ ଗୋଟାଏ ଦୃଷ୍ଟିରୁ ଦେଖିଲେ କହୁଛି ବହୁତ ଦିନ ତଳେ ଏଇ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ଟା ଏମିତିଆ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ମୁଁ ପଚାରିଥିଲି ସାମ୍ଭାଇଙ୍କୁ। ସାମ୍ଭାଇଙ୍କ କହିବା କଥା କଣ କି ସେଟା ବି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ବହିରେ ଅଛି ପାଇଛି, ସେଟା ହଉଛି ଆପଣ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଦାସ୍ୟ ଭାବରେ ପୁରା ପରଫେକ୍ଟ ହେଇଯିବେ ତାପରେ ଟିକେ ଇଚ୍ଛା ହବ ତା ଉପର ଭାବକୁ ଯିବା ପାଇଁ। ଖାଲି ଦାସ୍ୟ ଭାବରେ ଆପଣ ନୀତିବାକୁ ଯାଇପାରିବେ ନିଶ୍ଚୟ, କାହିଁକି ନୁହଁ, କାହିଁକିନା ସେଇ ଦାସ୍ୟ ଭାବର ଯୋଉ ମୂର୍ତ୍ତି ତା ଭିତରେ ଆପଣ ଯାଇ ଲୟ ହେଇଯିବେ। ସେଠି ଯାଇ ପହଞ୍ଚିଲେ ଆଉ ରମେଶ ଭାଇ ବୋଲି କେହି ନଥିବେ, ସେ ଖାଲି ଭାବ ମାନେ ଅଛନ୍ତି। ଆମେ ସେଇ ଭାବରେ ପୁଷ୍ଟ ହେଇଗଲେ ସେଇ ଭାବ ଦେହଟାକୁ ନେଇକି ଯାଇକି ମର୍ଜ ହେଇଯିବ। ତେଣୁ ଦାସ୍ୟ ଭାବରେ ଯାଇ ହବ, କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଇଟାକୁ ଯଦି ଆପଣ ଟିକେ ପ୍ଲେ କରିବେ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଆଗକୁ ନେଇଯିବେ ସେ ଦାସ୍ୟ ଭାବଟା ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ସଖ୍ୟ ଭାବ ହେଇଯିବ। ତା ଭିତରେ ଦାସ୍ୟ ଭାବ ଅଛି, ତାପରେ ସେଟା ବାତ୍ସଲ୍ୟ ଭାବ ହେଇଯିବ, ଏ ସଖ୍ୟ ଭାବ ଅଛି, ତାପରେ ସେଟା ପୁରା ମଧୁରରେ ଯାଇକି ପର୍ଯ୍ୟବେସିତ ହେଇଯିବ।
ସୋ ରମେଶ ଭାଇ, ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭାଇ ଯୋଉ କଥା କହିଲେ ସେଇଟା ଆପଣ ଟିକେ ଜ୍ଞାନୀ ଗୁରୁରେ ପଞ୍ଚୀକରଣ ତତ୍ଵ ବିଷୟରେ ପଢିବେ, ମାନେ ସିମିଲାର ଟାଇପର ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲାନେସନ ୟୁ କ୍ୟାନ୍ କୋରିଲେଟ। ଯାହା ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭାଇ କହିଲେ ୟୁ କ୍ୟାନ୍ କୋରିଲେଟ। ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭାଇ କରେକ୍ଟ ମି ଇଫ ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ରଙ୍ଗ, ଠାକୁର ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାରେ କହିଛନ୍ତି, ଠାକୁର ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାରେ କହିଛନ୍ତି ମୋର ଗୋଟିଏ ଭାବକୁ ଯଦି ଜଣେ କିଏ ପୁଷ୍ଟ କରିପାରିଲା ତାହେଲେ ତାର ସେଇଥିରେ ହିଁ ସବୁ କିଛି ଲାଭ ହେଇପାରିବ। ସୋ ଏଇ ହିସାବରେ ରମେଶ ଭାଇଙ୍କ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ର ଆନ୍ସର ୟେସ୍। ଆପଣ ଯୋଉଟା କହିଲେ ସେଇଟା ଇନ୍ ଡ୍ୟୁ କୋର୍ସ ଅଫ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରେସନ ଅଟୋମେଟିକ ଆସିଯିବ। ଜଣେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଡାକ୍ତରରେ ମାଷ୍ଟରୀ ହେଇଯିବ ସେ ଜାଣିପାରିବନି ଅଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟରେ ସେ ସଖ୍ୟ ହେଇଯିବ। ମାନେ ସେ ସେବା କରୁଥିବ, ପାଦ ସେବା କରୁଥିବ, ଗୋଡ ସେବା କରୁଥିବ, ପାଣି ଦଉଥିବ, ଖାଇବାକୁ ଦଉଥିବ, ଆଉ ମାନେ ଏତେ ଭାବନାରେ ମିଶିଯିବ ଯେ ମନେକର ଜଣେ ଡ୍ରାଇଭର ଜଣେ ଲୋକ ସହିତ ବହୁତ ଦିନ ରହିଗଲା, ଜଣେ ବାବୁଙ୍କ ସହିତ, ସେ ତା ଘରେ ଆସି କେତେବେଳେ ଚା ବି ପିଉଥିବ, ସେମ୍ ସୋଫାରେ ବସିକି ଚା ପିଉଥିବ, ଦେ ଡୋଣ୍ଟ ମାଇଣ୍ଡ। କିନ୍ତୁ ନୂଆ ନୂଆ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେ ଜବ୍ ପାଇଥିବ ସେ 5 ହାତ ଦୂରରେ ଠିଆ ହଉଥିବ, ଚା ଦେଲେ ଚା କପଟା ନେଇ ବାହାରେ ପିଉଥିବ। ସୋ ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ ହାଉ ଦି ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରେସନ ଅଫ ଭାବ ଇଜ ଦେୟାର, ଯୋଉଟା ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭାଇ କହିଲେ। ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ଭେରି ର ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଦେଇ ବୁଝେଇଲି, ଆପଣ ବୁଝିପାରିବେ ଯେ ଆମେ କଣ କହିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛୁ। ସୋ ସେଇ ହିସାବରେ ଭାବଟାକୁ ଗ୍ରହଣ କରିବେ, ଭାବ ଜଗତର କଥା ଏକ୍ସାକ୍ଟ ୱାର୍ଡ କୁ ଯିବେନି।
ଭାଇ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ର ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ୱାଜ ଭେରି ଗୁଡ, ଭେରି ଆପ୍ରୋପ୍ରିଏଟ। ଯୋଉ ପଞ୍ଚୀକରଣ କଥା କହିଲେନି କି, that is bit different। ସେ ଜ୍ଞାନ ମାର୍ଗିଆ ଜିନିଷ ତାକୁ ଆଧରେ ମିଶାନ୍ତୁନି, ସେ ଖେଚେଡି ହେଇଯିବ ଫେରେ। So let's leave ପଞ୍ଚୀକରଣ in its own place and then this ଭାବ ଯୋଉ ଭିତରେ ପଶିକି ଅଛି, ତାର ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଟା ୱାଜ ଭେରି ଗୁଡ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା, ଆଚ୍ଛା ତୁଷାର
ଏଇଠି ଗୋଟେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ, ଯୋଉ ଆମର ଶୁଣିଛେ ଆମେ କି ଭାବରେ ଯୋଉମାନେ ପରିପୁଷ୍ଟ, ଯେମିତି ହନୁମାନ ହଉଛନ୍ତି ଦାସ୍ୟ ଭାବରେ ସିଦ୍ଧ, ତେଣୁ ସିଏ କଣ କେବଳ ଦାସ୍ୟ ଭାବ ହିଁ ତାଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ଥିଲା ନା ବାକି ସବୁ ଗୌଣ ଭାବରେ ଥିଲା? ଏ ଦାସ୍ୟଟା ତାଙ୍କର ମାନେ ମେଜର ଭାବ?
ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଲେଟର ପାର୍ଟ ଇଜ ଟ୍ରୁ, ସେ ଦାସ୍ୟ ଭାବରେ ସିଦ୍ଧ ଥିଲେ, ଯେମିତି ସେଇଟା ହଉଛି ନବଦା ଭକ୍ତି। ନବଦା ଭକ୍ତିର ଦାସ୍ୟ ଉପରେ ସେ ମାଷ୍ଟରୀ କରିଥିଲେ, ପିଏଚଡି କରିଥିଲେ। ବାକି ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ପାଠ ନିଶ୍ଚୟ ପଢିଥିଲେ, ଏମିତି ନାହିଁ ଯେ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ନଥାଏ। ସେ ନବଦା ଭକ୍ତିରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଜଣ ଜଣଙ୍କୁ କୁହାଯାଏ କିଏ କୋଉ ଭକ୍ତିରେ ସିଦ୍ଧ, ସେମିତି ଜଣେ ଜଣେ ଅଛନ୍ତି, କିନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଯେ ଅନ୍ୟ ଭକ୍ତି ନଥିଲା ଏମିତି କଥା ନୁହଁ। କେବଳ ଜଣେ ଥିଲେ ଅମ୍ବରୀଶ ଯିଏକି ସବୁ 9ଟା ଆଗ ଭକ୍ତିରେ ସିଦ୍ଧି ଲାଭ କରିଥିଲେ। ତ ଅର୍ଜୁନ ଯେମିତି ସଖ୍ୟ ଭାବ, ଇଏ ହନୁମାନଙ୍କୁ କୁହାଯାଏ ଦାସ୍ୟ ଭାବ ଇତ୍ୟାଦି।
अच्छा, तुषार महांती भाई इज कम्प्लीमेंटिंग नाइस एक्सप्लेनेशन ज्ञान भाई। सबु सुख दुख पलक भितरे आनंद ही सार हुए पराणरे। प्लीज आड प्रार्थना इफ समवेयर प्रार्थना कोइंसिडेंस। जस्ट ए सजेशन आपण सजेशन देइचंदी। तापरे रिद्धि महापात्र की स्मिता पंडा मा पचारुचंदी, जयगुरु भाई इट इज सेड दैट देयर इज नो मातृभाव इन स्वर्गलोक। Can you please throw some light on it?
स्वर्ग लोकरे स्वर्ग लोकरटा भाव लोक नुहे। प्रथम कथा स्वर्ग लोकरे हमर एठी जो पुण्य कार्य करथांती लोक माने सेठी जाई से पुण्य कार्यर फलटा पांती। पुण्यर फल सेठी मिले, पापर फल भूव लोकरे मिले। तेणु सेठी सेमिति किछि दिस नॉट एटा भाव लोक नुहे। तेणु आमे मु कौन जगह पढ़ी जे सेठी मातृभाव नाही बोली कोई तो न थाई पारे। सेटा मोर अजना आउ जदि के जानछंती कहिबे।
नहीं भाई ठीक कहले आपण, कारण से जो पचारिले काहे कि पचारिले आपण जेतेबेले एक्सप्लेन करूतले भाव लोक नित्य लोक बोधवे सेतेबेले आपण किछि स्वर्ग लोक रेफर करिथिबे, तो सेहि पय से पचारि चंदी। सो मातृभाव मीन्स एनी जोठी भाव कथा आसिला सेटा भाव जगत हे गला। इवन इफ एई लोकरे थाई कि भी जदि आमे भाव ग्रहण करि गले, भावर सहित चलिले, भावर ठाकुरन को नहीं भावर सहित चलिले, ताले आम घरटा नित्य लोक हे गला। आमे भाव लोकरे रहिले, आमे भाव जगतर प्राणी हे गले। जेमति कहउचन जे आम घरटा को आदर्श गृहस्थ जे परफेक्ट हे जिवो, ता घरटा नित्य लोक हे जिवो, भाव जगत हे जिवो, सेही जिंस पळे आसीबो। स्वर्ग माने केवल मा सुख। आपण खाली ऐश्वर्य भोग करिवे, रंभा अप्सरा नृत्य करिवे, आपण सुरापान करिवे, आपण से उद्यान रे भ्रमण करिवे। जहा सबु जेते ऐश्वर्यर भरा होची स्वर्ग। सेठी पूजा करिया पई अवसर न थाए। आपण पूजा कोन भूली जिवे, माने भूली जिवे कोन नाही तो पूजा सेठी। तेणु सेहिति पई देवता माने मध्य जेतेबेले मुक्ति पाइबा पई चाहंती, से आउ थरे आसिकी जन्म ग्रहण करंती मनुष्य ही। स्वर्गरु से माने आ ऊपर को उठी की मुक्ति पाई परिबे। ज्ञान भाई am I right?
यस भाई एब्सोल्युटली राइट।
तुषार
आपण समस्त कहि देले सब भलो जिंस इंक्लूडिंग सुरा। नहीं सर तार आरो
स्वर्ग लोक को गले
नहीं तार नेक्स्ट येटा हला कोन की भलो करी आपण सब एन्जॉय करिवे, तार टिके ऊपर को महल को जिवे, एना एन्जॉय करिवार इच्छाटा अछि, धड़किनी फिर जन्म हेबे, एन्जॉय करिवे फिर दुख ही पाइबे।
हां सो तुषार भाई, हाँ तुषार भाई कोजनी संग्राम भाई कैन यू प्लीज एक्सप्लेन इन हिंदी? हिंदी में बोल सकता हूँ भाई, लेकिन फिर ये खिचड़ी हो जाएगा, उड़िया हिंदी इंग्लिश पता नहीं इसको क्या समझ में आएगा। चलो ठीक है, बीच बीच में बोलेंगे भाई, आपका सजेशन भी सर आंखों पर। तुषार भाई कोजनी भाव लोक इज ओनली फॉर प्रेमिक। यस भक्ति भावर कथा, तेणु सेठी आउ ज्ञान चलिबनी। जेमिति ठाकुर गले गौरी मांग पाखकू आउ सब भूली गले, बट ये ज्ञानटा गौण है कि रहिबो, ज्ञान नथिले आपण से भाव रे पहुंची परिबेनी। सो अच्छा, गीतांजलि नंदमा पचारचुनी ज्ञान भाई, आपण जो चिंतामणि पूरा वर्ड टी यूज कले टिके ता विषय रे आउ टिके कोन।
ता विषय रे बेसिकली मु जहा कहिली इट इज दैट इज व्हाट इट इज। से सगुण ब्रह्मकर एंड पॉइंट हला सत्य लोक। आमे जो नित्य लोक कथा कहूचे सत्य लोक परपार, आमे गीत रे अछि सत्य लोक परपार विराजित नित्यपुर। तेणु चिंतामणिपुर होछि गोटे लोक, मु भी ता विषय विशेष भाव जानिनी। हमर संबित भाई जे गुडे क्वेश्चन रो आंसर करूचंती, he may be on the line. I will ask संबित भाई to explain what चिंतामणिपुर is. से मते कहितिले एटा लास्ट वीक ता पूर्व ही तांग संगे कथा हेतिली, से मते से कथाटा कहितिले। किंतु तारो गोटे रेफरेंस हमर गीत रे अछि, आपण जदी पढिबे ये गीतटी टुना भाई इज देयर, नित्य लोक मनोरम आरती जो हमें गाउचे प्रथम दिन सम्मेलन रे, तार सेकंड लाइन टा अछि ଚିନ୍ତାମଣିପୁର ବୋଲି ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି ତା ଦେହରେ। ତେଣୁ ତା ସହିତ ଆର କଣ ଏକ୍ଜାକ୍ଟ ଲିଙ୍କଟା ଅଛି ମୁଁ ଏତେ ଭଲ ଭାବେ ଜାଣିନି, but I am requesting Samit bhai, if he does not answer in next half hour, I will call him and ask him to write if he is not there on the call. हमरो WhatsApp ग्रुप रे से आंसर पठे देबे।
आज्ञा। सो चिंतामणिपुर, बट जहां आपण कहले इट इज रेफरिंग टू दैट, बट से जेमती डिटेल बुझिया पई चाहउचंती, वी विल कम बैक टू देम। अच्छा, नाउ गंगाबली सरंगी से पचारुचंती, व्हाई इज निर्विकल्प समाधि डिफिकल्ट एंड डिफरेंट दैन अदर्स?
Because निर्विकल्प समाधि होची that's the only samadhi which is the highest form of samadhi in jnana sadhana, and it is difficult because till you do rest of the sadhanas, rest of the samadhis, you cannot get there. ठाकुर जो प्रोसेस टा कहिचंती जे धीरे धीरे ईगो एक्सपैंड करके सेट जाय पहुंची गले, आमे सेनो कथा हेतिले, we try to expand our ego, try to get there, we are probably not going to get there. तेनु काहेकि डिफिकल्ट ना, एते गुडे डिफिकल्ट स्टेप गला परे से स्टेज रे जाय पहुंचंती, समस्त पहुंची पारंती नाही, आउ समस्त जो माने पहुंचंती अधिकांश आउ फेरंती भी नाही। तो कोन एक्सपीरियंस कले ता भी हमें जानि परनु, तो सेही सका से ता कहै छी जे बहुत डिफिकल्ट होली।
जेमिति गौतम बुद्ध से निर्वाण पाइले किंतु आउ फेरी पारलेनी, तांकर से जोटी निर्वाण पाइले से जगहटा भी एबे ईयर मार्क है कि अच्छी एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स। आउ तेणु ठाकुर को समस्ते मना कले, इवन इफ से नित्यानंद जी थिले सेठी पंडित से भी मना कले कि आप निर्विकल्प मत करिए, लेकिन ठाकुर जी ने बोले कि ज्ञान साधना में मैं तो पूरा टॉप पहुंच गया, सभी कल्प मेरा आ चुका है, और 3 दिन 7 दिन करके वो समाधि उनका हो चुका है, और जज्ञेश्वर विश्वास एंड उनकी धर्म पत्नी वो सहायता करते हुए उनको दोबारा संज्ञान में लेके आए हुए हैं। तो उन्होंने सोचा कि नहीं, चाहे कुछ भी हो, निर्विकल्प तो मुझे लाना ही पड़ेगा, ये समझकर जीवन को निछावर करके वो चले गए एक निर्जन जगह पे, जहाँ पे उनको कोई नहीं देख सकता, कोई सुराग भी नहीं पा सकते। और अभी तो हम सीढ़ियों पे चढ़ रहे हैं निर्विकल्प सिद्धि स्थल में, उस समय जिस रास्ते से ठाकुर जी चढ़े थे, हमने भी वो रास्ता देखा है, अभी हम नहीं चढ़ सकते। उन्होंने उस टाइम चढ़े थे, वो बात की बात है, अभी इतना डेवलपमेंट होने के बाद भी हम नहीं चढ़ सकते। अभी तो इसलिए बहुत रोड बनाया है सरकार ने, और हमने भी उसके ऊपर सीढ़ियां बना के वहां पहुंच रहे हैं। बट एनीवे, ये डिफिकल्ट इसलिए है, आपको अपना जीवन छोड़ के, आपको पता है कि मुझे पता नहीं मैं वापस आ पाऊंगा नहीं आ पाऊंगा, आपको एटीएम का पिन किसी को बोल के जाना है, पासबुक कहाँ पे रखे हैं, आपकी लॉकर की चाबी, ये सब दे दू के घर में, और चेक बुक में साइन करके ब्लैंक चेक में फिर जाके बैठना है, इसीलिए डिफिकल्ट है। हम तो अपना कपड़ा नहीं छोड़ के जाते हैं, कहीं टूर में गए होंगे, कुछ छोड़ के आए होंगे, उसको 10 फोन करेंगे, यार भेज देना यार, मैं मेरा गमछा छोड़ के आ गया भक्ता निवास में। ये तो हम लाइफ छोड़ के जा रहे हैं, इसीलिए डिफिकल्ट है। आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड। अच्छा, उसके बाद भवानी
से देखिले, से जो ब्लैक होल टा देखिले, तांकर हेडू मन पड़ी गला केमिति फेरिवे ठाकुरंकर, सेठी तांकर आसी गला बाटडे तो खोली गला, तब से तब फेरिले, से पंत से फेरिवे बोली तांकर अभी सेतरे से नथिला, से तो गले गले चढ़ी गले ऊपर को। आ
ठीक, भवानी प्रसाद पात्र भाई कहउचंदी, नित्यस्थली मनोरम, नित्यस्थली मनोहर मनोरम स्थान, दिव्य चिंता मणिपुर अति सुशोभन। यस, से पचार एटा कि ना? यस। तुषार महांती भाई लिखुचंती, स्वर्ग लोक इज नॉट ए लोक वेयर यू कैन सी भाव, आफ्टर भुव लोक व्हेन योर इगोनेस स्टार्ट्स अगेन यू मूव टू स्वर्ग, स्वर्लोक, स्वर्ग, स्वर्गंकर, स्वर्गर नर्क, स्वर्ग नर्क, स्वर्ग नर्क
नरे सेटा स्वर्ग नर्क सेटा लिखि
नर्क हेतिबो।
यू मूव टू स्वर्लोक
ओनली फॉर फील गुड और बैड as for your karma phala. Yes, swarga narka. Yes, narka your all bad deeds ra phala, और स्वर्ग your good deeds ra phala. Yes, you are right bhai. Anyway, we are now reaching time and we have answered all the questions today. So thank you. Aji ame tige tri bhasha re katha hele tige bhal laguchi mitha mitha laguchi odia re katha hoba pai jabardasti English re कहला बलिया लागुतला. So Dhyana bhai,
same here.
So now आपण स्कान करंतु आम जो क्यूआर कोड को एवं गूगल फॉर्म पांतु एवं जल्दी जल्दी आंसर करंतु.
Jayaguru, Kuna bhai and other bhais and Maj, I'm going to drop right now. I have to go somewhere. But we'll kali fere dekha habo.
Agya.
Thakur how real discussion kariba. Jayaguru, Jayaguru.
Jayaguru bhai, Jayaguru.
काली संतोष भाई कहछने आसीए बोली. सो भाइयों और माओ, जल्दी जल्दी आप हमारे सवालों का जवाब दे दीजिए. जो जल्दी जल्दी जवाब देंगे कल हम उनके नाम स्वर्णाक्षर में लिखे हुए इस लैपटॉप की इस स्क्रीन की पट्टल पत्र पर आपका नाम दिखाएंगे. हम अजित रंजन धर भाई कहते मझे मझे टी ओडिया आलोचना कले भल. हाँ कहया भाई ना भूली जीवा ना. ओडिया रे कहले कहवा, तालचेरिया भाषा रे कहले भी कहवा, सबुथिरे चलिबो. हमर संबलपुरी भी कहि पारमा. केन भाई संबलपुर थिले कहबे संबलपुर भाषा ने भी हमें कथा हे पारबा, किछि असुविधा नै न. मा किछि आंसर आसिला?
यस भाई.
ओ ठीक अछि भाई और माँ, आमे आज सेशन एठी रखिबा. हमर ए जो क्वेश्चन रो जो क्यूआर कोड आमे व्हाट्सएप रे पठै दबु मध्य. जो माने पाइ नाहंती आपण माने आंसर दियंतु. ठाकुर समस्तंगर मंगल करंतु. आमे पुणी काली एई समय रे जोग देबा 9टा बेले. हमर नीलाचल सारस्वत संघर सम्मानास्पद सभापति श्रीजुक्त संतोष कुमार महांती भाई मझे मझे पचारुचंती केमती चलची कोन चलची. तो तांको हमर लिपुन भाई आज वर्णना करूथिले. आउ कहले भाई बहुत डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन सब आसुची, आउ आमे ट्राई करूचु. से गोटे क्वेश्चन पचाले, अच्छा केमती क्वेश्चन आसुची कहलु. से कहला आज्ञा सुमेर दास जी को पूर्वरु स्वामी काहे लागुनी, एबळे भी क्वेश्चन आसुची. तो ही वाज वेरी इंटरेस्टेड कि एमतिया क्वेश्चन आसुची, तो मु काली निश्चय जॉइन करिवि. से आसंता काली आसुचंती. तेणु आपण मानकु अनुरोध, आपण बहु संख्या रे योगदान करिवे. जय गुरु, जय गुरु, जय गुरु,
Jayaguru.
Jayaguru.